Hey, good morning to you guys. Happy Monday. Let's cover the financial markets real quick. I think right now, the week we're in this, that's probably one of the most important things to make sure that everything is factual, clear, and all the correct factual information gets shared out there. So, guys, here's a really good article from Saturday that came out, and it says the Finance Committee comments on the central bank decision to stop the flow of the dollar. Okay. So in this article, let's read it real quick. The Finance Committee commented on Friday on the central bank's decision to stop the dollar from flowing into the market with the aim of floating the dinar and reducing the value. And just so you guys know, the dinar already does float. I've already covered this with you guys. The the value of the US dollar goes up and down daily. The dinar itself goes up and down daily. It's already a market driven float, which is exactly how the US dollar is structured. After I've brought that up to you guys, many of you guys have sent me pictures of it showing me that how the value of the dinar does go up and down daily. So guys, the dinar already floats. At this point, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so it talked about a float. The committee's rapporteur Ahmed Al-Safar said in an interview with Baghdad today that reading the central bank's intention to stop the flow of the dollar and floating the dinar will be part of the state's budget deficit. It is impossible, but it may be in harmony with the current situation to compensate for the shortfall in oil revenues. And remember, I explained to you why over the weekend they really don't have a shortfall in oil revenues. Okay. Al Safar added at the same time the central bank may also be unintentional because of the curfew of the suspension of most life activities. And the rapporteur of the Finance Committee in Parliament, Ahmed Al-Safar, spoke last Sunday about the authority of the central bank to issue a set of decisions on withdrawing the commission of the US dollar. Ahmed Al-Safar said in an interview with Baghdad today the decisions issued by the central bank regarding the commission of withdrawing the US dollar are considered within its powers, and it is who determines the interest rate whether by depositing or withdrawing. Al-Safar added, Iraq's revenues from selling oil go to the Ministry of Finance account to the U.S. Federal Reserve, which the central bank has a branch in, explaining that the process is that revenues are transferred to the central bank account and the bank transfers it to the Iraq dinar to the Ministry of Finance to pay salaries of employees. He continued, the process of withdrawing the dollar, depositing it is related to the policy of the central bank, which is monetary policy. The central bank has the right to raise or reduce interest rates. This is one of the methods of the monetary policy that you use. On Sunday, March 29th, the Central Bank of Iraq issued a set of decisions regarding the U.S. dollar regarding the U.S. dollar withdrawal commission, and included a document issued by the bank and received Baghdad today. The commission for withdrawing cash for the U.S. dollar, which comes from the transfers to the bank to our accounts in the American Federal Bank, as well as the transfers received to banks from other banks by a rate of 7,000. The bank added the amounts of remittances are transferred to banks by 75% in cash dollars according to the above commission, and 25% pay Iraqi dinars at the official bank rate of 1,182 dinars per dollar. Okay. He continued, the banks must spend 25% above on the remittances customers at a price of 1,200 dinars per dollar and submit the request at the end of each month to the accounting department at the central bank for the purpose of addressing the two price differences in our accounts in Iraq dinars. And he continued, banks can spend full amount of the transfer received in the Iraq dinar if the customer desires to do so. He stressed the above mechanism does not include customer deposits in dollars in cash where it is paid to the customer in full, but it is limited to customers who receive remittances received from the outside of Iraq of any kind and internal dollar transfers between their banks in our accounts. Okay, so as you guys see, the central bank's goal is really um, to stop the flow of the U.S. dollar. Okay, that's their goal. And remember, actually an Article 8 requirement too. Is they can only use the Iraq dinar. Okay, now let's look at the actual financial markets. Here are the auctions. Okay, as you guys saw, they don't have an auction today, guys. Right now it's about almost 3:30, or correction, 2:30 in Iraq, 2:30 p.m. And I went to the Central Bank of Iraq's website and did a search. This is the last auction held, but remember this is from yesterday where the total cash sale was zero, so they didn't sell anything. So they didn't have a currency auction today. Okay, and let's look at the ISX. If you look in the top left corner right here, it says last update was March 16th. So just so you guys see, March 16th was when they held the last auction, and March 16th was when they held the last currency auction. So the last ISX, the last time they had stock trading, and the last time they had any currency auctions, guys, were March 16th. Okay, just so no one's confused or misled. So there you guys go. Nothing new, no changes. We're looking good. Um, remember, guys, in my opinion, you're in week 4 of the rate change process. So anyway, God bless you guys and have a great day. On to the next video.